What do you think the most overrated anime manga of all time is? Well, the most overhyped manga of all time is
Great Teacher Onizuka. Manga is fucking amazing.
Yeah, classic.
Great Teacher Onizuka is one of the greatest mangas of all time.
GTO, this is an underrated great anime.
The manga is one of the greatest ever made.
My favorite read, Great Teacher Onizuka.
What is the most underrated anime? Great Teacher Onizuka. I've
never heard anybody talk about it.
I wonder what GTO Onizuka thinks of teenage schoolgirls. Everyone loves Great Teacher Onizuka so much, but as someone who has read hundreds of manga since I was literally a child, this is the most overhyped series of all time. I was in disbelief reading it. It's worse than you think. It tries so hard to be philosophical, but then you're halfway through the series and you realize he's a loser bum, and all he's tried to do with is hang around with teenage females, but it's okay because he stops a few kids from icoing themselves with generic speeches a 12-year-old could write. It's the definition of a rescue fantasy. This anime should be called Minor Harasser Onizuka or Great Pedophile or some shit, because every 5 seconds he's drooling over a 6 less than optimal age-year-old girl. Not to mention the literal relationship with a... Actually, let me put it this way. Ask your favorite YouTuber what Onizuka was doing in that sleeping bag. Not to mention when he literally thought he kirked a student and tried to bury her in the forest. We literally have Lucifer incarnate, D4VD in this manga, but there's a little speech at the end of each arc, so I'm supposed to clap like a seal. Some of you will doubt me. Trust me, I was patient with this manga too. I waited so long for the manga to become good. Let him cook. But it's not a surprise to me. Anime fans would gleefully eat this up because it pretends to be deep and philosophical, but it's just the most basic musings about life and positivity. But because it's said to you by some scumbag predator instead of your parents, apparently it's subversive high art that teaches you life lessons. Bro, GTO changed my life. If GTO really changed how you see the world, I think you need help.
In a time where I had no idea who I was, or much less what kind of person I wanted to be, I was introduced to GTO.
Like, he doesn't teach academic lessons, he teaches life lessons. And I know it sounds, yeah, it still teaches you like very important life lessons, but you feel wholesome.
If anything, the anime is the watered down version. The manga is much more perverted, way more extreme, and completely unabashed.
He's not a good teacher in the start, but he learns to
Love the kids.
and he wants to help
From the different students who have been
Touched.
by Onizuka in such a beautiful way.
We haven't even gotten to the worst part of the manga yet. We can look past scumbag edginess if the story is good. The art is fine, the paneling is unimpressive, the ungodly amount of dialogue was a genuine slog. But the difference is there is no reward after the exposition. It's just monologues and monologues, then the bum looks into a camera and smiles. It's a 14-year-old self-insert version of a video you would be forced to watch in health class in 7th grade. It truly reads as the worst rescue fantasy fanfiction I've ever seen. But wait, GTO stopped this kid from meeting Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That means it's good, right? Like, you realize this is just more key dangling in front of your face, and the author can just write that in. If I wrote a fanfiction that said, and then everyone loved Kirito, and he was the teacher, and all the teenage girls liked him, and all the teachers hated him because they were jealous. And also, he's actually like really smart and mature and knows everything about life lessons, and then he has sex with students and then stops them from killing themselves, and everybody loves him. Then everyone would call that shit trash. But because it takes itself seriously and preaches I'm supposed to drool over it, this is the definition of it was popular before I got into anime, so I have to posture and say that it's good. It's the same 2 jokes and 2 or 3 arcs repeated over and over.
But to a young me, he just embodied this sense of coolness and freedom. Onizuka didn't just feel like a character, he felt like a friend. A friend that made me excited to turn to the next page to find out what mischief he was up to next, or what lesson he had in store.
Onizuka is easily one of my favorite protagonists of all time already. The guy is the coolest of the cool.
Oh my god, guys, look, Onizuka just made a funny face again. Where's the joke? Not once did I even smirk while reading this. I kept waiting for it to be funny. This is just how manga culture is. You don't know anything about manga culture. Really, bro? Because I don't remember Astro Boy being about diddling kids. Show me in Vinland Saga where the main character grooms... Let me not say too much before I get a strike. This is why I don't like anime and will always prefer the manga. Cause you're not gonna gonna catch me 22 episodes deep into your anime just to tell me it's complete garbage, does not get better, and only gets more rapey, and even worse, unfunny. Nah. Truthfully, when you grow up reading shit like this, it makes sense why Japan needs gender-separated train cars. That went on for longer than I intended it to, just like GTO Onizuka itself, I guess. Most insane manga in existence. Ooh, that was good, thank you.